Greetings, scholars. Welcome to a short video. The purpose of this video is to help you see how to take the scale factor that we just created and to use that to take these points right here and to make those points move closer or further away from the origin. But the cool thing is we can do that with all of the points at the same time. So what I want you to do is notice what letters, letters are listed here at these points. And what we're going to do is we're going to make a list of points that look really closely related to the ones you see. So I'm going to start with this point A. And if you look at the bottom of Geogebra, there's an input bar. If yours isn't visible, go up to View. And then if you scroll down, there's an option called Input Bar. So you can check it and uncheck it. Unchecking it removes it, and checking it puts it back there. So we want that visible. All right, what we're going to do is we're going to make a new point, and we're going to call it capital A and then prime. The prime mark is kind of like an apostrophe in English. What we're going to do is call it A prime and put an equal sign. And what this is going to do is it's going to create a new point that is kind of like taking point A and doing something to it. So what we want to do to it is multiply the coordinates by our scale factor. So the way we do that is you just type in the name of our slider that we created. Notice there's no spaces in scale factor. And then you're going to hit the times key or the asterisk key, which is above the 8. And we're going to multiply that by point A. And when I press enter, you'll see a couple things happen. One, you'll see the A, we'll call it A prime. In math, that symbol is read as prime. A prime now shows up in the algebra screen. It shows up in the graphics menu. And the cool thing about this is you can take your slider and move it. And what this is doing, see how it's kind of all in line with the origin? It's like you could draw a straight line right there. It's really just taking this point, and if I set it at 1, my scale factor is 1. That means it's going to keep the point 1 times as far from the origin as it already was. If I make this 2, it's going to move that point twice as far. So if I measured this distance, it would double to get out to that point. And so on and so forth. So if it made it 3, that point is now 3 times as far from the origin. All right, we're going to repeat that with all of those other points and then basically make a polygon out of it. So it doesn't matter where you leave your scale factor, just put it anywhere for now. We're going to do the same thing with points with the B. So I'm going to do B prime equals scale factor, all one word, all lowercase. Spelling has to be identical to what we did up here. Capitalization has to be identical. So scale factor times point B. And it'll take all the coordinates of B and it will multiply it by the scale factor. Okay? Might not have showed up. It just depends where your screen was set. There, see, I have to move it around to see that point. I'm going to do the same thing with C. So C prime equals scale factor times the original C coordinates. Boom. So now I see my 3 points. I'm going to make a polygon out of those. So if you go up to polygon, choose the polygon tool, and you're just going to click on those 3 coordinates, and you have to click back on the original. Otherwise, it doesn't close the shape. And what's cool is now you can actually see the area of this triangle is 42.1, where my slider's at. It's 42.1 units squared. But if I slide this scale factor around, notice how the actual area is getting bigger and smaller. So that's a principle we're going to explore in this unit, which is one of the reasons I want you to know how to do this, because it will help you see visually what's going on when we change that scale factor. All right, so Go ahead and if you didn't do these steps as I was doing them, go ahead and do those in your file. And thanks for watching. Feel free to rewatch parts if necessary to figure out what you need to do.